Hey, this is JP from Rabbit Junk, and we've got some new music coming out, and I wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about some of the stuff we have coming down the pipe. So, first, this is the 20th year anniversary of our album Reframe, which was a, kind of band-defying album. So, we want to honor that, and I'm going through the original recordings, and I'm producing 20th anniversary editions. I'm keeping the original vocals, I'm keeping the original guitar, the synths, but I'm replacing some of the drums and the bass. I'm basically just bringing them into the modern era in terms of production. I think they sound really cool. You can check out the first one of the series at our Bandcamp or just go to rabbitjunk.com. We put out the big push there already. It's pay what you want. It's for free. And you can see what the plan's going to be. A lot of people are asking, are we going to do like a vinyl? Are we going to do a CD? And I think that just depends on the reception. If people are really digging it, that it would be worth it. If it's a little bit more of a quiet release, then I don't know, maybe not. Maybe we'll just keep it digital. Okay, so that's old music. We also have new music coming up this Friday, February 6th. Have a new single, Blacklight, Rainbow, Pegasus. And that is a song that needs a little bit of context because it's an oddball track. So I just want to talk briefly about the origins of that song. A fan reached out to me this last summer, said they had lived with lifelong or almost lifelong suicidal ideation, meaning they constantly thought about taking their own life and engaging in self-harm. And they said that listening to Rabbit Junk was one of their tools or one of their tactics for getting out of that loop of like self-harming thoughts. And it just really struck me. I thought, wow, I've dedicated a big portion of my life to making music. Maybe that's the purpose of it, is to help people get through times like that. So I said, what would it be like? I said to myself, what would it be like if I made a song expressly with the intention of interrupting suicidal ideation? What would that song sound like? And so I started working on this track that would turn into Blacklight, Rainbow, Pegasus. I think even the title of the song is sort of like, it's so weird and it's got such a strange energy to it that I imagine if I'm just in the depths of suicidal ideation, I just feel like even saying Blacklight, Rainbow, Pegasus is sort of interrupting. I don't know. Tell me what you think. But put together this song also based on the idea that the least compatible music genre with suicidal ideation, or put another way, so the kind of genre that is least amenable to thinking about suicide for me is disco. Yeah, I think disco is it. I think when disco is so silly and so energetic, it's like, so I was like, okay, I'm going to make sort of a disco song. And my late sister, who died in 2013, was a big disco fan, really into ABBA, also into punk rock. And she was just a huge influence on a lot of my music tastes. And so this turned into a project where I was making a song that was being inspired by this one fan's experience with suicidal ideation. And I also wanted to make a track where I really leaned into the inspiration of my late sister. And so I came up with this plan to release the song on the anniversary of her 13th death, the 13th anniversary of her death, sorry. That's Friday, that's February 6th. I've never done that before, like released a song. I think it's a cool way to honor her. I think it's a cool way to honor this one fan. That's Blacklight, Rainbow, Pegasus. There's a lot going on there. It's a very odd song. I hope you give it a chance. So that's February 6th. And then on March 3rd, we got another track coming out. It's called You Gotta Get Through Me. And I think that one is a little more of a sure thing that people are going to like. I think it represents the sound of the new album that we're working on. And this is a very politically charged moment. And even though I don't intend to ever use Rabbit Junk as a political platform, because maybe some of you know I'm a university professor, I'm a political scientist, I have a PhD in that. I have plenty of places to talk about that, and I've tried to reserve Rabbit Junk as a place where I don't have to talk about that, but it just really felt like it was time to say something. And so that's what You Gotta Get Through Me is doing. It's making a statement, and if you get the statement, you do, and if you don't, you don't. I'm not going to try and explain it to you here. But anyway, thanks for listening. We've got some music coming up. Go to rabbitjunk.com. That's our Bandcamp. A lot of tracks are free there. And everything else is going to be released on all the streaming platforms. And I know I don't do enough of these videos cut me some slack. You know, I've got like 3 jobs and 2 kids and a couple bands. Okay? It's good to talk to you. Thanks for listening. Okay, bye.